Look everyone, after trying very hard, I've made some friends. Won't you join me too and subscribe?
Believe it or not, I only recently, within 3 years, started back collecting Black Barbies. Before that, I had about 7. A lot of times, these collecting hobbies start up due to some trigger, and I had been triggered by a series of unfortunate events. I know you're like, I thought this was a review of the Integrity doll. I'll get there. Just let me be long winded for a second, probably more than a second. While collecting Barbies, it came to a point where I looked around and said, Barbie needs a Ken. And if Barbie has gotten this good, Ken must have improved a lot. My male doll criteria was a black doll, rooted hair, nice face mold, preferably articulated. And with Barbie looks, he sure had improved. I liked the looks so much that I bended my rules and bought all the Ken looks. But I kept looking for black Kens. The problem was there wasn't a lot of black Kens. There were a few black Fashionista Kens that had really nice face molds, so I went ahead and bought them. I soon learned about rebodying and bought articulated bodies for them. I was searching the internet and stumbled across Fresh Squad. I was like, oh, so to get a Barbie, a nice looking guy, I don't have to stick to Ken. What else is now out there? Child Remi. This Integrity male doll was the first I saw. He fit my criteria almost perfectly. A black male doll, curly rooted hair, a really nice face mold, and articulated. But the price? The price. Holy moly. It's just a glorified Barbie doll, isn't it? That's crazy. Turned me all the way off, actually. So I revised my rules for the male dolls again. They don't need to be black. Thing is, there weren't a lot of white Kens with unique face molds either. Luckily, I started collecting in a pocket time period where Ken was just stepping up. You're probably like, yeah, so about integrity. My sister says to me, did you see on the Integrity website they have a black doll that's under $100? They sure did. Apparently, Integrity Online will occasionally sell dolls themselves, and you can occasionally score them for $70 to $90. For me, this is reasonable. For some of you, it might not be. So, Darius was my first black Integrity doll. I changed up my eBay search results and score bids on Integrity males starting as low as 99 cents. And at this time, it didn't seem like there was a high interest in the males. Lucky me. So my crazy Integrity collection may seem wildly expensive, but I was incredibly blessed at the time because most of these dolls aren't anywhere near the price I got them for, except for Tenzin. And most I bought for less than $100. I usually bought them sans clothing, which is so much cheaper because a lot of collectors seem to buy them for the clothes, unless it's a gem doll. So, how did I get here with this crazy expensive Child Remi doll? I know there's an Integrity snob out there who might watch this video with their jeering, broke Barbie collector attitude. Please click off, because if you don't have the sense to see that spending this kind of money on a doll when $3 a day can go to help care for a child somewhere in the world, $100 is a lot of money, and somehow simultaneously no money at all at the same time. My max budget for a good collectible Barbie has been, for the last 20 years, $150. I really like Byron Lars. It's rare that I buy a doll around that price range. Times have changed. Inflation. I get it. So I put my max stretch budget for a male doll at $175. This kept me within reason when bidding. I would just stop, and another deal might come around. I would feel so glad I stopped bidding. Bidding is dangerous. Sometimes it feels a lot like gambling. Endorphins are up. So again, how did I get here with this crazy expensive Child Remi doll? Look, my main focus has still been black male dolls. And I will stretch beyond my set budget for one. So, who was the first doll to push double the $150 budget? Which one of those highfalutin integrity dolls did it? Actually, it was the Barbie and Ken power pair. I justified it by saying it was two dolls, therefore $150 per doll. I ended up bumping up my max budget for male dolls to $200 because of Tiago. He is my favorite face mold because he looks like my brother, who passed away shortly before this habit started. When the darker version came out with the braids, was it the braids? Yeah, my budget got all the way twisted up. Months later, and Child Remi had slid down to a price that was within power pair range, but not including tax and shipping. They offered a discount on the price to everyone who favored it. I gave in, and I took that offer. So here he is, finally, the review. He came undressed with no doll stand, but considering the prices I had seen him at before, which were all easily between 2 to 3 times the price I paid, I can't complain. As usual with older versions of Integrity, he's loose at the thigh joint. His legs swing like a marionette. I can generally fix this with glue around the joint. I couldn't tilt his head, and that frustrated me. I considered rebodying him. Lucky for me, it was just stiff, and twisting his head loosened him up, so now he's fine. He has the open toe meant for sandals, which is weird because the outfit he came in was not sandals, but closed-toe shoes. Other than that, he has a pretty standard Integrity male body with a chest pivot and articulation at the ankle, knee, rotation at the shoulder and thigh, articulation at the elbow and wrist. And his head moves left and right and tilts up and down. Basically, like the male version of a Barbie extra body, but with a chest pivot. So what's the craze? Their heads are made with a harder plastic, think Silkstone Barbie. This allows the face sculpting to be more chiseled. The brow line is deeper, so the eyes are more inset. This allows for greater cheekbone definition and a sharper jawline. It also allows for a more structured nose bridge. These sharpened features instill more masculine, harder features in the males, so that even with very little paint, they're handsomely set. You can see just the shadowing from light brings out the level of work in the face alone. Ken's have softer features due to the nylon and plastic mixture they use. It makes it more difficult to create chiseled features. You'll find the ones with more chiseled features have harder heads. The black male Fashionistas that I took a liking to actually have a slightly harder head and more defined features. Why? I think it was a necessity to bring out their masculine feature. Subtle definitions are harder to read on darker skin tone. Integrity home dolls are better than Ken dolls because of the strong, chiseled, masculine features, and because they always come on an articulated body. I know people will disagree on my final statement because my sister would, but Barbies are better than Integrity females because of the soft feminine beauty they possess and the price.
If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks for playing dolls with me.